Hey everybody, welcome to the Weekly Wisdom. I'm Dean Graziosi. Hey, couple of updates. There's some cool minor changes going to be going on to this website that they've needed to be done for a while. Killer upgrades, evolving some of the stuff it says across the top, down the side. Not going to make it easier, not take away its value. In fact, add more value, make it simpler, and also have access to more stuff that I think is important to you. So be on the lookout for that. We're always trying to improve. Okay, if you're new to the site, welcome. It's a pleasure being here. You could check out old Weekly Wisdoms down over here. I think it's called Dean's blog or Dean's video blog. Check out Insider Elite up here. Make sure you register for this site so we can give you reminders of these video blogs, these Weekly Wisdoms. We can also, or you can also post and get access to all the cool stuff below, like even our conference calls that are down on the one side of the site. They're amazing calls. You got access to audiobooks and all kinds of stuff, but you got to be registered, so let's do that. Okay, today, you know, the last couple weeks I've been talking about unfair advantages, and I was going to give you another one today, but I'm on fire right now. I'm on cloud 9. I am so full of life, so grateful for you, grateful for everything in my life that I need to share. Last weekend, I went and saw Anthony Robbins unleash the power within. Now, I listened to Anthony Robbins tape many years ago, 12, 13 years ago, but I'd never seen him in person. And him and I became friends via a mutual friend and emailing back and forth. He said, come out to the event. I'm like, you know, I'm kind of busy, but I'll go. And then one day when he wasn't on stage, him and I got to spend several hours together, and it was fantastic. He's someone I've been wanting to meet for a long time, and he's a wonderful, wonderful human being. And I don't know if you ever experienced anything about Tony Robbins, but I support anything he does because it helped change my life, and this weekend wasn't short of that. So we got to spend really good time together. He asked me everything about real estate. He's stoked. He wants his son to do it, so that was cool. But at the event, it just reminded me of so many of the things that we talk about each week on these Weekly Wisdoms. And it got me so crystal clear on certain points that I can't wait to cover with you over the next coming weeks. But one thing that made me really think about you guys is talking about the story we tell ourselves and the limiting beliefs. And I wrote about limiting beliefs in Totally Fulfilled. I had no idea he taught similar things, right? But the limiting beliefs we tell ourselves and the story we tell ourselves are the things that hold us back and stop us. For example, Tony went through this exercise up on stage on how to figure out the story that we tell ourselves. And this woman stands up, has nothing to do with real estate or even money, but she stands up and he's like, what's your limiting belief? And she said, in tears, she said, no one loves me. And no one loved me. And he said, okay. Now my first thing is I wanted to run out and hug her because she was crying. But Tony was a little cooler. He said, really? No one loves you. So he goes, I'd bet someone loved you to get you to this place. And she's like, no. He's like, so I'm guessing your parents didn't treat you well, but was there someone else? And she said, well, my aunt was amazing and she did this for me. And Tony was like, well, do you think she loved you? She's like, well, yeah. No kids? She goes, oh yeah, I got 2 kids. They don't love you? She goes, oh no, my kids love me. No friends? Oh, I have this amazing friend, Amanda. She's great to me. So do you think she loves you? She's like, yeah. So she goes, okay, you're in tears. You're telling yourself this story that disempowers you, this negative belief, this story inside your head that no one loves you. And the more you say it, the more you feel it and the pain. But indeed, you just listed 4 people who probably really love you. So what you think about, the story you tell yourself, are the results you get in life. She said, Tony asked her if she's depressed. She said, a lot, thinking about this not love. He said, can you be depressed if you think about the love of your children, the love of your aunt, the love of these friends, the love of future people that could be in your life? If you're not just going around looking for sympathy, talking about what's wrong, but you change the story and you watch this woman's face in an instant, as Tony would always say, in an instant, she went from telling the story she wasn't loved. Tony's like, why don't you start thinking about the Christmases and the things you did with your kids and your aunt and your friends? And I watched this woman's tears go away and come to life, and she smiled the rest of the event. It was just in an instant that she changed her story, changed her belief. So what story are you telling yourself? Real estate doesn't work for you, doesn't work for you where you live, you don't have enough money, you're not smart enough, don't have time, tried it, didn't work. You've tried other things in the past and they failed, right? So you're probably going to fail in real estate. When you go to talk to your spouse or your friend who's not so up on it, do you question yourself and go, maybe they're right, and adapt their story? Stop telling yourself the story that equals pain to stall. Rather, start telling yourself the story of the pain if you don't take the action, and start associating, like she went from associating no love to a lot of love and her life changed. Start associating the love or the feeling you're gonna get when you start truly doing real estate, when you truly take advantage of your life. What is the pain gonna be if you keep the story or the limited beliefs that you have now? What's that pain gonna be like in 5 years? How are you gonna feel in 5 years if you just keep replicating and telling yourself the same story that you're telling yourself now, rather than getting a new story and changing those limited beliefs to limitless beliefs? I read Totally Fulfilled. I go through a similar exercise. But how powerful is it if you say, like her, she changed it from I'm not loved to I had amazing love and I'm gonna find new love. You think about that every day, you go to a new level. Think about no love, you're depressed. Think about how hard it is and no money and you didn't go to school and you're not smart enough and friends say it's no good and my area is moving too fast. My area is not moving at all. I got lots of money, I'm afraid to lose it. I got no money, I'm afraid, I don't know how to get in. All those stories are limited stories that are gonna keep you exactly where you are. Turn those into limitless beliefs. Anything you want. I don't have no money, but thank God I have wholesaling, because there's so many amazing people on DG.com crushing it with wholesaling using that much money. I don't have time. So many people I know on DG didn't have time, but they made the time. I'm gonna find the time and I'm gonna be empowered. Change those limited beliefs, change your story, change your life. I'm Dean Graziosi. I'll talk to you next week.